claim to be an expert on this subject. Until just a few years ago, I didn't really know the difference, and I also thought that these creatures were all the same. I wanted to know more about them, and I became more fascinated and interested in them, which led me to laying in bed late at night, scrolling through Reddit and reading as much about them as I could, watching videos about them on YouTube, and basically scaring myself with every noise I was hearing at 2 a.m. Yeah, they do have similarities, and it's easy to see why people get them mixed up. Located in the southwest of the United States, a skinwalker comes from the Navajo culture. It is an evil and demonic witch or shaman that they've chosen to become. This is achieved by committing some of the most darkest acts, such as murder of a close relative, necrophilia, and cannibalism. Once they become a skinwalker, they then possess the powers of super strength and speed. They can heal themselves quickly. They have an extremely strong sense of smell and are able to shapeshift at will, taking on the form of an animal, which is usually a coyote, wolf, fox, or a bear, and even birds. Depending on the power they need, will determine the animal that they become. The Navajo pronunciation for skinwalker translates to Yi Naldalushi. I really hope I've said that correctly. And if I haven't, I'm really sorry. But it's actually a tough one to say. Translates to by means of it, it goes on all fours. This is the name that the natives will not speak. They are too afraid to say it or think about them. Doing this will only attract them. It's basically inviting them to come to you. Skinwalkers can shapeshift, read minds, control animals, and even call up the spirits of the dead. You can recognize one by shining a light in their eyes. While they're in the form of an animal, the eyes will glow red. In human form, they will not look completely human, and they can appear emaciated and gaunt, having a presence of unease and overwhelming dread. In order for the skinwalker to survive, it must continue to kill. So how do you destroy one? To destroy a skinwalker, you need to dip a blade or silver bullets into white ash. Then, you either shoot it in the head or the heart, or get close enough with your blade. I don't know about you, but I'd prefer to be further away. Another way to kill or stop a skinwalker is with the help of a powerful shaman who knows the proper spells. Otherwise, if this fails, they will come after you. The next creature I'll be talking about has often been confused with the skinwalker. There are definitely some similarities between the two. The Wendigo comes from the traditional beliefs of the Algonquin-speaking tribes. It's from the Great Plains regions of the US and the East Coast forests of Canada. The Wendigo has long been associated with winter, the north, coldness, starvation, famine, and greed. It's a cannibalistic, supernatural, and malevolent spirit that has incredible strength. The Wendigo has a heart of ice. It has long limbs and sharp claws, glowing red eyes. It's a gigantic, emaciated humanoid, standing at around 15 feet, or almost 5 meters, getting bigger the more it consumes. Therefore, the Wendigo is always ravenous and looking for its next meal. Unlike in the movies, the Wendigo doesn't actually have antlers. And I've also found that its vision is not great. So maybe if you stand really, really still and quiet, it won't see you. It hunts by letting out loud screeches to scare you into running. For them, the hunt is thrilling. So if it was me, I'd hide and stand still. Try my hardest not to run. The Wendigo is extremely fast, reaching speeds as fast as 100 miles per hour, or 160 kilometers. So in this situation, I don't think zigzagging will help you much. You're better off carrying a massive blowtorch and blasting the hell out of it and sending it to, well, hell. That's if you want to fight one. They hate fire, and it's pretty much their only weakness. Maybe cutting off its head and burning its icy heart will get the job done. Or using silver, like on most supernatural demonic creatures. But honestly, I don't want to get close enough to find out. I've saved my favourite one till last. For some reason, This one intrigues me the most, and there have been many sightings worldwide, including my home country. This one is the FLESHGAIT. You're on a camping trip with some close friends, and you get some firewood. You know the area like the back of your hand. Or maybe you're an experienced hunter. The day is beautiful. You can hear the birds and other animals. You hear your friend calling to you. You follow the voice. Then all of a sudden, you feel like you've stepped into another reality. You become disoriented. You're lost, and everything has gone silent. You're suddenly overcome with the most intense fear and dread. With each step, it gets worse. You feel like something is hunting you. You are in danger. So you run as fast and as far as you can. The sounds of the animals return, and you start to feel safe again. You see your friend again, and you ask him why they were calling to you. They look at you like you've lost the plot and say that they didn't call you. This is known as panic in the woods. So something called out. Something was trying to lure you out there. But what? FLESHGAITs are found in forested areas and caves all over the world. They are excellent mimics and can mimic other animals and humans. The FLESHGAIT is malicious and loves to instill fear in humans. The only intention of the FLESHGAIT is to lure you deeper into the woods so they can eat you. Some people even believe that these creatures are responsible for the missing 411. However, there's not any actual proof to back this up. The FLESHGAIT is a humanoid-looking creature and is very tall, pale and thin, with extremely long limbs. They have black eyes, no lips or nose, sharp teeth and claws. They will usually be on all fours in a hunched over position. These guys are incredibly fast and strong, and they go by other names such as Crawler, Pale Demon, and Pale Crawler. They can also make some pretty bone-chilling sounds too, such as screeching, dual-pitched shrieks, hissing, chittering, and mimicking. This will usually be small phrases or single words, and may appear unnatural and sound almost like a recording. So what are they? Well, we don't know what they are. Are they a cryptid, your really weird neighbour, or some evil spirit? And can they be killed? If so, do they have a weakness? To be honest, I couldn't find much. I'd assume fire, since it's pretty much good at keeping away or destroying most predators. But because there really isn't any info on this one, maybe they can't be killed. Maybe one of you might know. These pale demons have been seen in backyards of people who live in wooded areas, and even been seen hanging out on their roof. Hell, I've read they love to do this. If I could give all of you one nugget of advice, it would be to never whistle in the woods at night. It will attract these creatures. I remember reading a story a while back about a guy who lived in a wooded area, who whistled for his dog. A few minutes later, he heard something from in the woods whistle back. Obviously, he was terrified because he was all alone. He went inside and tried to sleep, but he was too scared. He kept hearing things moving around, getting closer to him, scratching on the walls of his cabin. Whistling at night is believed to attract bad and evil spirits. In some cultures, if you whistle at night and something whistles back, then it may not even be human. Whistling at night or in the forests can attract Skinwalkers, FLESHGAITs, and the WENDIGO. Maybe think again before you decide to go outside to whistle for fun or on a dare. I hope that I've explained this all well enough for you to understand. It's just a basic video that I wanted to throw together for you all, and I thought it would be fun. It's easy to confuse them due to some similarities. Do you believe in these evil creatures? Or are you a skeptic? Have you experienced anything with any of these malevolent beings? If so, I really would love to hear about it, so please feel free to comment or even email me. And also please let me know your thoughts on this video. I know it's different to my usual content, but it was something I've been wanting to cover. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, sleep tight, my darlings.